See, I do this a lot for people that are older, okay? So most of you don't really need to go to the doctor, so we'll change it this way. If you just put +1 here, if you've never seen a doctor in your life, put a -1, okay? Okay. If you've seen a doctor in the last 2 years, put a +1. If it's been more than 2 years, put a 0. Okay, here's breakfast. You eat breakfast every day, +1. You eat breakfast every day, +1. Sometimes you eat breakfast, but you skip it sometimes, 0. You never eat breakfast, -1. If your only breakfast is coffee, I don't know if they do that in the Philippines, but some people, they just go to Starbucks and they just drink coffee. That's -1, okay? If you eat coffee and donuts and that's your breakfast, or very sweet, sugary stuff, that's -3. Okay, regularity of your meals. If you eat 2 to 3 meals a day, put a 0. You eat 2 to 3 meals a day, 0. If you eat less than 2 meals a day, so you're only eating 1 meal a day, okay? -1. If you eat more than 3 meals a day, okay, so more like 4, 5, 6, -1. If you eat different times of the day, hold on a second, if you're eating different times, so like when you wake up, today you have breakfast at 6, but tomorrow it's at 8. And then the next day you don't eat breakfast. And then lunch is at 1, but sometimes it's at 3. And so you don't have a regular schedule. And then you eat in between your meals. Whenever you see food, you pick it up and you eat. It's kind of like a cow, you know, you're just eating the grass whenever, you know. If that is the way you are, then it's a -2. Brother, what, you have a question? Okay. If you do any snacking in between, automatically you're a -2. Even if you have regular meals, but if you snack in between your meals, this is the reason. If you're eating in between your meals, your body, your stomach doesn't have time to digest. Doesn't have time to rest. If it's not resting, it's constantly, what's happening is that the cells in your stomach are constantly turning over. And what happens is that if it's constantly turning over, this is the key. People that are trying to lose weight, if you're trying to, let's say you're fat and you're trying to lose weight, one way to keep your metabolism high is to eat frequent meals and to snack. You actually will burn more calories throughout the day. Some people, that's why if they're diabetic, they have them on 5 or 6 meals a day. The problem is, this is for longevity. They found that those that eat all the time, if your metabolism is always high, your metabolism is kind of like, imagine you have a fire, and you're taking logs and you're throwing it in the fire. The fire is always getting hotter and hotter. It's burning the fat, but you're eventually going to run out of logs, right? And so those logs are your life. There's this Korean proverb, my friend, he's from Korea. And some of the longest living people live in Korea, Okinawa. Each person is born with a 1-ton bag of rice over their head. When they finish the bag, they die. Do you understand? So the faster you eat, the more you eat, the more time you eat, the shorter your life is. Okay? Alright. So yeah, you're right. Good question though. Because if you eat regular meals, but you're eating in between your meals, that's technically irregular. Okay, any other questions? What's your name? Henry? Henry? Thanks, Henry. Okay. Okay, eating fruits and vegetables. Now this is a serving of fruits is if you take your hand, take your hand and squeeze it like this. Okay? A serving for you is the size of your fist. So sometimes you can get like a big orange, or like one papaya is like 3 servings, right? Or like a big banana might be 2 servings. So it's not just one banana, or if you get a big orange or like a big apple, sometimes it's more than 1. So think about it, okay? 5 servings of each daily, okay? So not 5 fruits and vegetables. So it's not like 2 apples and like 3 cucumbers. It's 5 apples and 5 cucumbers. You know, it's if you're eating 5 fruits and 5 vegetables a day, plus 2. 2 to 4 servings of each, plus 1. I have to admit, sometimes when I travel, I'm not always in the plus 2. I'm usually somewhere. Most of the time I'm here. So even myself, I have some areas to work on. This is my cousin. Daily servings of each, 0. So if you have, like, maybe you have 1 apple a day, or like maybe a salad, that's it, 0. I can't remember the last time I had a new fruit. Maybe yesterday, last week, put a -1. If you never eat fruit or vegetables, put a -2. If you eat fruit, but you never eat vegetables, put a -1, okay? I'm going to mention this later, but let me ask you guys a question. When God created the world, what was the diet He gave Adam and Eve? So grains, fruits, nuts, vegetables. Did He give them vegetables? No. When did He give vegetables? After the fall or after the flood? After the fall, right? What did He take away after the fall? The tree of life, right? What was the tree of life supposed to do for Adam and Eve? Help them to live forever, right? God took away something and He gave something. Most of the medications that we find, most of the herbs, or most of the healing properties are actually found in vegetables and herbs. God gave Adam and Eve vegetables to replace the tree of life. He wasn't wanting them to live forever, but He wanted to make sure that they had the proper things in there, okay? So you see that? It's very important that we eat vegetables daily. Okay, animal food intake. We're getting close to finishing here. Meat or dairy, if you eat meat or dairy at each meal. Okay. So you may be a vegetarian, but you drink milk all the time. You have a goat, and you milk your goat, you're always drinking, or you eat cheese or whatever, or you may, or whatever. If you have some type of meat or dairy at every single meal, -2. If you eat meat or dairy daily, -1. If you have meat or dairy 2 to 4 times a week, 0. If you seldom eat meat or dairy, +1. You're not a vegetarian, but it's only on special occasions, right? If you don't eat any meat or dairy, +2. Yeah, so that's why if you come to my next lecture, I'll explain to you this issue. To make it, for now, just know it's meat or dairy. They're equivalents. Okay? That's when it comes to longevity. Actually, the next lecture was going to be on brain function. I'm switching into nutrition just kind of because I had to change it up a little bit. But the next lecture is actually, we're going to go over the nutritional benefits, the science behind the Adventist health message, and the science. It's phenomenal. Even after I became a vegetarian, I started seeing all the science. There is so much that I never knew that just blows my mind now. And I want to share with you guys some of these things. Okay, cholesterol level. Okay? If you do not know your cholesterol, put a -1. If you do not know your cholesterol, put a -1. People that know their cholesterol know where they're at and are willing to change, okay? Okay. If you know your cholesterol and it's less than 160, your total cholesterol, you're a +2. If it's 160 to 180, it's a +1. 180 to 220 is a 0. 220 to 240 -1. Greater than 240 -2. Before I changed my diet, this is where I was at. Okay? 66% of heart attacks occur here. 220 and above. The other third occur here. 180 to 220. 1/3 of the heart attacks occur there. In our country, most people think, oh, if I can just stay below 200, I'm good. You don't realize that's still pretty high. Okay, any questions? Do you guys use milligrams per deciliter here? Or do you guys use millimoles per liter? You use milligrams per deciliter? Okay. Okay, happiness level. Okay. Okay. Now, do you guys know where the happiest country in the world is? Biggest Philippines? They actually did a study, epidemiologic study, based on certain factors like satisfaction with their life, satisfaction with their spouse, satisfaction with overall. And it wasn't, Philippines was pretty, I think Philippines was in the top 10. Where do you think? If you had to guess, other than the Philippines, what other country would you think is the happiest? Korea? No. It's Nigeria.
What?
Nigeria is the happiest country in the world. It's kind of funny, huh? Nigeria, for the most part, is a third world country, a lot of poverty. And it just goes to show happiness is not based upon the amount of things you own, but it's based on your attitude. Right? It's based upon, are you content with the things you have? I've been in Nigeria several times, and there are very, very happy people there. Okay, happy. If you describe yourself as a happy person, something bad is happening in your life, you know what? It's okay. God is blessed. It'll be okay. Plus one. If you're not always happy, you know, when someone's taking a picture, they have to remind you to smile. You know?
Come on, Kuya, smile.
Okay. But otherwise you're kind of happy. Okay, you're zero. Okay, now if you're unsure about your life. I don't know, you know, one week you want to be a nurse, the next week you want to be I want to be an engineer, the next week I want to be a garbage man. You know, you're constantly changing. You don't know where you want to, you're unsure about your life. -1. You're often unhappy, okay? You're often unhappy. People don't like to be around you because you're constantly bringing them down. You're like, how come no one wants to hang out with me? Oh, you know, okay. You're a -2. You're often usually unhappy, okay? Alright, so if you describe yourself, and no one has to look, I think overall, from the people I've seen, most Filipinos, I'd be very surprised if you're down here. I would see most Filipinos are probably here or here. From what I've seen. Okay? But if you know who you are. Okay? Alright? So put your number down. Okay, here we go. Marital status. If you are happily married, +2. If you are married, +1. This is actually the thing. Being married, happily married, has been shown to be a positive longevity factor. If you're single, don't have anything. If you've been separated, divorced, or you're a widow, -1. If you're currently cheating on your spouse, -2. Please don't look at anyone's paper. We might have a bad PYC experience. Okay. Job satisfaction, or satisfaction with your major, career choice. You're happy with if you enjoy what you've chosen, +1. Your work is okay, it's, you know, I needed to make money, or, you know, I'm choosing this because, you know, 0. You don't like your job. You have a hard time waking up in the morning to go to class because you just don't enjoy it. But your mom wants you to be a nurse. Your parents are telling you, you got to do this, but you don't want to do it, -1. You hate your job. You're the person at work that's always talking about, oh, why do we have to do this? You're always complaining at work, okay? -2. Social level. Okay, you have at least 5 close friends. Okay? These are great. These close friends, you can tell everything to. If you're having a problem, you know at least 5 people you can pour out your heart to. +1. If you have some friends, but maybe you have less than 5 close friends, and you know most of the people you know, they don't really know you inside, you're a 0. You have no good friends. Okay? You don't open up to people. Okay? If you sprain your ankle and you need a ride to the hospital, you have a hard time calling. You don't know who to call because you're not really close to anybody. You're always in your room studying, you're playing video games. You're always, okay? Okay? You don't like people. You don't like people at all. Okay? That's -2. Isolated. Okay? You only come out to take your test. Otherwise, you're in your room all the time. Isolated. People, they put the food for your under the door. Okay, religious activity. This is interesting. Studies out of Duke University have actually shown that people that are religious and deeply spiritual live longer. And you daily, I think just you guys being at PYC, probably +3, I don't know. But anyways, daily prayer and deeply spiritual person. If you classify yourself as a deeply spiritual person, +2, you don't see yourself as a deeply spiritual person, but you go to church, you know, weekly. You know, you go every Sabbath or every, you know. You don't go to church often, but you know, you go once a month, you know, whenever you wake up in time, you know, or whenever you're at home, your parents make you go to 0. You don't go to church at all. Maybe Easter or Christmas you go, you know, -1. If you do not have any beliefs, you have no value system, -2. Okay. Do you wear a seatbelt? Or if you ride motorcycles, do you wear a helmet? Okay, same thing. If you always wear a seatbelt, or if you always wear a helmet, +1. Most of the time you wear a helmet, most of the time you wear a seatbelt. 0. You only wear the seatbelt on the highway. Sometimes, if you never wear a helmet, you ride your motorcycle, you're running around, you let the breeze blowing through your hair, you know, it's just, yeah, your mind is straight. I work in the emergency room a lot, and many of the people that come in from accidents that don't live, it's because they're on a motorcycle. Imagine, I mean, think about it. In our country, you are required by law to wear a seatbelt. On a motorcycle, do you wear a seatbelt? Doesn't make sense, huh? As soon as you get hit by a car, you're dead. If you're going over, usually, if you're going over 50 miles an hour, you get smacked, most of the time you're dead. Less than 10% of the time, you know. There was one time I was working in an emergency room in Africa, and I was a pastor, and he was swerving around a bus. It was late at night, and his front, many times it's not things that it's not even your fault. You know, somebody had put a rock in the road, and his front wheel flipped over, like that, and so he came in, and he had 2 knees. This leg, and then this one, and then this one. You know, I mean, the guy in the car, no problem. I ride motorcycles, but you just have to realize I take a risk, okay? But make sure you're wearing the proper protection. Risk-taking behavior. You take risks. I don't know, do you guys have like waterfalls here and people jump off into the river and things like that? Did I do that here? I love doing that. I do flips and twists and things off of that. I was in gymnastics. If you never take risks, you're a very cautious person, you know? You're always washing your hands. +1. If you take some risk, but you prepare, you make calculated decisions, it's a 0. Okay? That would be me. You know, I take risks. For me, I think that in order to live life, I need to have a little bit of risk. You know, I need to, if I'm always stuck in one place, I would probably live longer, but I wouldn't enjoy it as much. But I'm not an idiot. I'm not doing things that I shouldn't. You know, I'm not standing on a motorcycle, you know, going down the road, you know. You occasionally take risks that are above and beyond, you know, like you know, once in a while, you'll jump off the ledge here onto the grass. If I land just right, I can roll, you know. I have some friends that do these things. -1. If you're often taking risks, -2. If you drive on the wrong side of the road sometimes. You ever see these people? I don't know, they don't do this in our country, but some places, like I've been to India, like you'll be driving down the street, you'll see the lights coming at you. What's that? If you're breaking the laws of the country, especially on the road, -3. Okay, calculate your numbers. Let's add them up. Let's see where you're at. I did mine last night based on my Filipino age. Did you guys already add it up? Did you add it up or no? Yeah, if you're a man, 68 is where you start. If you're a woman, it's 74. Women just live longer. Where's JD? What time are we supposed to end? It's 4 o'clock. It's 2 hours. And then the next one is from 4 to 6. Women 74, men 68. guys ready? Okay, all right. All right, let's see here. How many, let's do raising of hands, okay? How many here are at least 70? Raise your hand. 70 years old, at least 70. Raise it nice and high so I can see. Okay. 70. You're at least 70. 70 or above. Okay. Okay, keep your hands up, okay? 75 or above. 80 or above. 85 or above. How many? Stand. If you're 85 or above, stand up. I want to stand. Please stand. I gotta see. 85. Is that it? Is that no one else? No. Keep standing. Keep standing. Stand up. Okay. 85. Okay. Anybody 90 or above? 90. There's no research in it. Okay, so no one's 90. Okay, so the people that were 85 or above, stand up again. Stand up. What was your age? No, I'm sorry. What is your health age? 89. Oh, okay. Wow. How about you? 87. How about you? 85. Nice. And what about you? 86. So 89. Anybody beat 89? No. Hey, let's give her a hand. Let's give her a hand. This book is called Creation Health. It's where I used to work at Florida Hospital. They put this together. It's God's Health Plan. It's an excellent book, and it gives you a lot of information. Okay, so now we got to go the other way. Okay, now don't be bashful. Okay, no one's gonna make fun of you. If you are 70 or below, raise your hand. 70 and below. Or below. Are you the only one? What was your name? 69? How are you? 74? 17. Anybody beat 69? 69? 69? When was your birthday? August 2? 86. February. How about you? September. Oh, you know what? My dad bought 3. Okay, good. All right. So let's give them a hand, everyone. All right. I don't know. We're applauding you because we're giving you a book, not because of your health. Okay? But no. So now you've learned some things. Okay? Did you guys learn something there? Just doing that quiz. Tomorrow we're going to do an IQ test, okay? Tomorrow's going to be the IQ test. We're going to go over your intelligence and ways to improve your IQ, okay? And it's like 3. What I want to do now is I'm going to show you a video, okay? Actually, I don't have internet access here, but how many of you guys know that the average Adventist is living? How long does the average Adventist? I don't know what it's like in the Philippines, but in the United States, the average Adventist lives how much longer? 7 to 10 years longer than a normal American. Okay? And specifically, when I was a medical student at Loma Linda back in 2005, 2006, we got some National Geographic Loma Linda because they had done a study and found out that Adventists were living longer than the rest of the country. They're like, wow. So I remember there was cameras everywhere. They did a video, and I want to show you a video. Do you guys ever watch CNN? You ever heard of CNN? I want to show you a video. Some of you may have seen. Have you ever seen some of the videos on CNN about Adventists? No? Have you seen? Yeah. How many of you never seen any of the Adventist videos? You've never seen any? Okay. All right. How many of you guys don't like to raise your hand? Okay. I know sometimes you're kind of tired. okay? And the person at the front is always, oh, the reason I'm always wanting to bring you to stand up is it's part of your light, intense workout. Okay, this lecture is 2 hours long, and if I keep making you do this, then you have fulfilled your requirement. Amen? All right? Okay. Okay, so hold on here. I want to show you guys a little video. And hopefully this will work. If not, then I have my friend JD here that will immediately come to the front. All right, let's try it out. You guys can see okay? All right, here we go.
National Geographic devotes its cover story this month to the secrets of living longer. The issue is now on newsstands, and Dan Buettner, who wrote the story, will be joining us later to answer your calls and your emails. He visited 3 corners of the world where people live the longest to find out exactly what they're doing and what lessons they have to teach us. Tonight we'll take you around the globe, retracing Dan's path. Along the way, you'll meet some remarkable people. We're pretty sure they'll change everything you thought you knew about what it means to be old, very old. We begin in Loma Linda, California, of all places, home to some of the hardiest people in the United States. Here's CNN's Gary Tuckman.
You ready?
I think so.
Marge Chatan renewed her driver's license in 2004. She was born in 1904.
So I always drive slowly because I can get more mileage to my gas that way. Did you know that?
I do know that. You're right.
Well, not very many men do.
Marge is now 101. Her license expires when she's 104. Are you a good driver?
I think I am.
Marge also has another set of wheels, a stationary bicycle, which she uses for a daily 8-mile ride, which is then followed by a regimen of weightlifting, usually accompanied by some power walking in her neighborhood in Loma Linda, California. Why do you walk so fast? You have a tough time having people keep up with you.
Well, if somebody rings the bell, you gotta hurry. I've been a nurse for many years.
Marge was married to a doctor for 77 years. James Chatan died 2.5 years ago at age 96. She has 2 children, 4 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Marge grew up in Northern California and remembers the great 1906 San Francisco earthquake.
I was 2 years old, and I remember that the water was splashing out of the horse trough. Wondered if they'd have anything left to drink.
So how has this 101-year-old woman maintained this amazing mental and physical condition?
In true righteousness and holiness.
Marge Chatan believes faith has much to do with it.
Seventh-day Adventist.
What then shall we say, brothers? The Adventists, Christians who observe the Sabbath on Saturday, the 7th day of the week, preach good health. An Adventist is not supposed to drink, smoke, or eat many types of meat. Many Adventists don't eat any meat at all, and refrain from coffee and soft drinks.
Our bodies are an important part of what it means to be children of God. We only have one while we're here.
Well, suck it up. Surprise, Beth, and stay surprised.
Minnie Iverson Wood is also a Seventh-day Adventist. 87, she teaches voice and piano lessons.
Going to hell.
And strictly observes the teachings of her religion.
When you are satisfied